1 cup of wheat flour, salt to taste, half a teaspoon of carom seeds, half a cup of water, oil, 3 to 4 potatoes boiled and mashed, 1 medium onion very finely chopped, 2 green chilies very finely chopped, some fresh coriander, 1 teaspoon of ginger chopped, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder and 1 teaspoon of dry mango powder. Take the wheat flour, put salt, carom seeds, oil and mix well. Now add water and knead the dough. Once you knead the dough, drizzle some oil over it and make a smooth dough. It should free from all the cracks. Cover the dough with damp cloth for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Take all the boiled mashed potatoes, mash it well, add finely chopped onions, salt, red chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, dry mango powder, chopped green chilies, chopped ginger. Now add fresh coriander. You can also add mint leaves if you want. Just make sure all the ingredients are mixed well. You can use any clean flat surface of your kitchen. Take a small roundel. Make a small bowl of it. Now take some of the filling and stuff into it. Now close it into a round pocket very slowly. If you want, you can remove the excess dough. It should not have any kind of cracks. Now roll it on a dry flour and then roll it with a rolling pin. You can also use some more dry flour if you want. Just make sure that it doesn't break. Now make the rest of the parathas in the similar way. Drizzle some oil in a non-stick pan and place the parathas over it. It takes almost 3 to 4 minutes on either sides. Now flip it over. It gets a very lovely brown color if roasted well. You can drizzle some more oil on the top if you want. Some people also make it with ghee. Now make the rest of the parathas in the same way. My lovely stuffed aloo ka parathas are ready.
Bundi half a cup, yogurt 1.5 cups, half a cup of water, salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of sugar, red chili powder half a teaspoon, roasted cumin powder half a teaspoon, chaat masala 1/4 teaspoon, black pepper powder 1/4 teaspoon, mint leaves chopped 1 teaspoon, fresh coriander 2 tablespoons, pomegranate seeds 2 tablespoons. First up, whisk the yogurt in a bowl with the water and keep mixing it. Don't add too much of water. You can adjust the water over here, how much ever thick or thin you want. Now add the salt, sugar and all the dry spices like the red chili powder, now the roasted cumin powder, some chaat masala, black pepper, mint leaves and the coriander leaves, and stir well and mix everything and keep it aside. Next, soak the bundis in some warm water and let it stand for 10 to 15 minutes. After that, drain the excess water and lightly press the bundis with the help of your hand and squeeze the excess water from it. Don't do hardly and mash it. Once the excess water is removed, put it directly in the yogurt mixture. Keep doing this until all the bundis are used up. Now stir well and you can put it in any bowl or container in which you want to plate up. And then I'm going to garnish it with some red chili powder this way. And then the cumin powder. And some fresh coriander on top. You can serve this cold as well as at room temperature, and you can adjust the spices as per your taste. Here I am also going to top it up with some pomegranate seeds on the sides, but this is perfectly optional, but I personally like the crunch and the sweetness of it in every bite, and it's my family's favorite.
Kabuli chana or garbanzo beans 300 grams, tea bags 4, black cardamom 2, cinnamon 2 1-inch stick, cloves 5 to 6, salt 1 teaspoon, ghee 1 tablespoon, oil 2 tablespoon, bay leaves 2 to 3, cumin seeds 1 teaspoon, onion 2 large, ground into a fine paste, 2 green chilies finely chopped, garlic paste 1 tablespoon, ginger paste 1 tablespoon, pomegranate seed 1 tablespoon coarsely ground, chili powder half teaspoon, store-bought chole masala 2 tablespoon, roasted cumin seed 1 teaspoon, coriander powder 1 teaspoon, dry mango powder 2 teaspoon, salt to taste, tomatoes 3 to 4 medium blanched and pureed, garam masala powder 1 teaspoon, ghee 1 tablespoon, caron seeds half a teaspoon, ginger 1 inch cut into juliennes, green chilies 2 cut into juliennes, red Kashmiri chili powder half teaspoon, fresh coriander or cilantro 1/4 cup finely chopped. First, wash and soak the chole in 3 cups of water overnight, and then we need to pressure cook it in a pressure cooker with some salt, tea bags. You can put the tea bags in a muslin cloth along with the spices. I have cinnamon, black cardamom and cloves. I have already done that, and you can see the color of the chole. Because of the tea leaves, it has turned dark, and also this is nicely done. But if I press it, that it is well cooked. Discard the muslin, and now we are ready to cook. In a pot, we are going to add the oil. Heat oil and ghee in a pot. So once the oil is hot, we are going to add the bay leaves and the cumin seeds. Once these have popped up, we are going to add the onions. Now you can see that the onion is turning color, and also the onions are getting cooked. To this I am going to now add the green chilies, garlic paste and the ginger paste. Give it a nice stir. You can see that the onions have now started to brown a little bit. You have to keep on stirring, otherwise garlic may get burnt. To this I am now going to add the red chili powder, coriander powder. This is a ready-made store-bought chole masala which I am adding. Give it a good stir. Also add the roasted cumin powder at this. Add a little bit of water and give it a good stir. Once this is all mixed through, add the tomato puree and also add some salt. And now we're going to cover it and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now you can see that the tomatoes are cooked through, and also the oil has separated. It's formed a homogeneous blend with the spices, and to this I am going to add the pomegranate seed powder that I have made. Mix it well. This is going to give the tartness to the chole masala. Now to this I am going to add the chole. I am going to add the liquid from the cholas. We're going to cover it and cook it on simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm going to add amchur powder. Add this depending on how tart you want the chola to be. Cover and let it simmer. Now this has been simmering for 20 minutes. You can see that the gravy has thickened out a little bit. Add the garam masala. Decrease the flame a little bit. In another pan, we're going to add some ghee. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of carom seed. Add just a little bit, otherwise it may become bitter. Some ginger, green chilies bit, and now turn off the heat and immediately add the red chili powder and pour this over your chana. Now you can see that the chana is ready to serve. We're going to add some fresh coriander, give it a good stir, and our chana masala is ready to serve. So there you go, my amazing chole masala is ready.